Dear friends, I'm back with another machine on the Vulnhub. The machine is Pentester Lab from SQL injection to shell 2. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download it. Compared to the first machine in this series, from SQL injection to shell, this machine is much more difficult, which will involve blind SQL injection vulnerability. Traditionally, the SQL injection vulnerability can be easily identified. However, blind injection vulnerability is a bit difficult to discover. Before we move forward, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. I do appreciate your help and support. Also, of course, from the extension, we can know that the machine image is ISO. If you have a problem to set up this lab for this machine, please let me know. So let's get real start. We can switch into the Kali Linux VM. I use the tool like NetDiscover to identify the IP address of the target as 254. Then I've done the map scanning. I use the options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and then I used the option of -p- to do the comprehensive scan, and then use the option of uppercase P N not to do the live testing for the target, and use the option of ON to output the result into this file. Of course, a map can support different types of formats. The IP address has been changed a bit. From the map scanning, we can tell that the target has one open port, 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, which is injects. So what we are going to do next is to do enumeration both manually and automatically. Let's launch our browser to do the enumeration first. Manual enumeration first. We can put the IP address of the target into the address bar. As you can see, we got the page back from the server. This is the awesome photo block. And here, a small picture or logo. And we can check the links. Also, admin, of course, we can try to test whether the target has weak credentials vulnerability. For example, admin and admin login, nothing returned, and admin password, no success. And also we can try to use the login bypass techniques. No success as well. We need to go back to the home page, and also we need to check the source code of this page, which doesn't reveal anything important. And the test cat or.php. So from the pattern of this URL, maybe we will think this parameter ID has SQL injection vulnerability, and we can put, for example, like a single quote to test. Nothing returned. So just I mentioned at the very beginning, traditional SQL injection vulnerability is done by injecting malicious payload like a single quote, and then the server or the application will reply back for example, like results or error. However, in this case, this machine doesn't return anything. So this is why we need to utilize blind SQL injection vulnerability, which is a bit difficult. Although in today's systems, the blind injection vulnerability is much more popular than the traditional injection vulnerability, which needs to pay more attention. Now we go, of course, we can go back to the home page. And also we can check, or we need to do the automatic enumeration. Use like Nigato. Nigato is always important tool to enumerate the web application. In this case, nothing interesting we can get from Nigato. Also, GoBuster, we can use GoBuster to do the directory brute forcing or enumeration. Although, as you can see over here, GoBuster has discovered some files or directories. Many or all of them, we have already know that, right? So what we are going to do next, maybe it's time to launch our Burp Suite to test SQL injection vulnerability. I mean the blind injection vulnerability. To do that, we can set the proxy to Burp Suite and launch our Burp Suite. Next, make sure the proxy intercept option is on. Now we can click test. As you can see, we get the request or intercept the request. So for now, we need to test each field of header. The request header has the SQL injection vulnerability. To save time of this video, I will not do that in this way. I like to tell you the vulnerability lies in the X forwarded for field. Yeah, this one. So now we just copy this header and we can add this attribute and we can put the payload and we can copy this payload. This is a very traditional payload, blind injection payload. This is the time-based. You know, there are two types of blind injection. The first one is Boolean-based, and the second one is time-based. In this case, we use the time-based payload or injection, and we can copy and we can put in here and add. And now, of course, we need to set the repeater module. And this, yeah, we can do a lot of different tries or manipulations, request manipulation. So now we just we can modify the time to 5 seconds. So if the not F's missed one letter R. If this field X forwarded for has SQL injection vulnerability, and then the server will accept this payload. And because this condition is always true, and then the server will wait about 5 seconds and reply back. So if later if we check the status of this one is pending, to wait about 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and it will confirm that this field has vulnerability. So now we just send. As you can see, waiting, I think waiting about 5 seconds. As you can see, we got the response back. If you put this payload into other fields of the request header, you will not get such behavior. I mean, the same behavior. So from this test, we can know that the target has SQL injection vulnerability, and the vulnerability lies in this parameter, non-parameter, this field of the request. So next, I think we need to use the automatic exploitation tool for the SQL injection vulnerability. I have already used this one very, very often, SQL map. So now we can launch SQL map. Of course, this time, normally we do not need this option, the header, because just I mentioned the vulnerability lies in the header. So the SQL map needed to configure the header option. How to configure? We can get the usage or example by help of the SQL map utility. And if we scroll top, and then we can use the headers option to specify the X forwarded for field, right? So now we just use SQL map URL, and I'd like to autocomplete this command. And now we just press enter. Yes. Oh, sorry. I need to modify the IP address of the target. As you can see, there are 2 available databases on the target, and this one is what we are interested in. And we can use option of uppercase D to specify the database. We can copy, and we can retrieve tables with this database. And there are 3 tables for this database. And then we want to dump data from this table. So we can use uppercase T to specify the table name and the dump. As you can see, we got the content or data for this table. Then we can get the username and password. Although this password is encrypted or hashed, we can run hash identifier to know the hash type. Yeah, this is MD5, the possible hashes MD5. Next, we can write this encrypt password to the hashes, and then we can use the John the Ripper. Yeah, very important to configure the format option. Otherwise, the John the Ripper cannot make successful cracking. And we just press enter. No password hashes left to crack because the John the Ripper has made successful cracking already. This will not go through the process again. We can use the option of show to display the cracked password. Yeah, this one. So now we can log in to the administrator's panel by this credential. We can disable the proxy and we go to the admin. Login. successful. Now here, as you can see, we can add a new picture. This is very similar to the first machine in this series. So next we can upload the PHP file. Yeah. Of course, I've already done. Yeah, maybe I need to remove the test. Yeah, we can upload. This is one-liner. And we can upload this PHP file to see whether we will get error. We can use option like, not option, title. We can browse and add. As you can see, the application only access or accept GIF, PNG, or JPG files. So we need to bypass the control adopted by the target. And again, now we need the help from this website, Hackatricks. The link will be added into the description section below as well. As you can see, for different machines or for different circumstances, we can use different bypass techniques, for example, extensions or the file extension checks. In this case, we need to try to use this technique, exif2. You know, this tool, I have already used this utility for many times. However, in other videos, I use this utility to display the metadata of the picture. Very important to note that this utility also can help us to write metadata into the picture. This case, we need to utilize this feature for our purpose. And now we go back to our terminal. We need to use the exif2 comment. The comment is one type of metadata of the picture, and we can write, this file will redirect to this comment field, and the payload or the PHP code will be written into the comment field. And very important, we need to get the picture, and the picture size cannot be big. Of course, we can use Bing to get some pictures like logo, PNG, and go to the images, and we need to configure the filter small size. So this one, this one we can open up, and then we can save this picture to our working directory, and then we can use this command to append or write this liner into this picture as metadata. Press enter. Also, we can use exif2 to display the metadata to confirm we have already inserted this or one-liner into the picture. Next, we go back to the admin panel, and we can go back. We can use lim like a JSON, and we select the picture and add, no error. Now we access this file and open the picture in new tab. And this time, we will utilize the vulnerability of the inject misconfiguration. And of course, now we just use the cmd PHP and the cmd, for example, run the ID. As you can see, we can run the command ID successfully. The ID is www-data. So next we need to get a reverse shell, because so far we can run all commands, and above all, of course, we need to set up the listener on the Kali Linux first. And now we go back to the browser. We can run the easiest command to run, which allow us to get a reverse shell, is netcat. We can run netcat, and followed by the IP address of the Kali Linux and port number. Press enter. As you can see, we got the collection from the target. We can now run any command. ulim. And because this machine is not a boot-to-loot machine, which doesn't require to elevate a privilege, so that's pretty much it. I'd like to conclude this video. See you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.